You see my screen?
Yes, I can.
Alright, cool. Alright, this game you're against Urgot. You're running Comet. I'm assuming you're running Resolve Secondary. Yeah,
I
it
believe so,
seems
yeah.
like it. Right. This lane actually, it looks like it took Chrysalis, judging from your health. I actually like having either Doran Shield or like second one, like either one.
Yeah. I like the bonus AD on the Doran's Blade because it gives you a little bit more damage on the W.
Yeah, it's just that against range matchups like Urgot, like having that regen from either Doran Shield or second one, like both is overkill unless you're against like Teemo.
Yeah.
But against Urgot, you definitely need one if the Urgot's a decent player. So if you do take Chrysalis, I would go Doran Shield. If you go second win, then you can go Doran's Blade. I would say like either one is
I
fine.
think I took Chrysalis. I've just been comfortable with the
Yeah, yeah,
matchup.
yeah. Chrysalis is fine. It's just that against like decent Urgots, I would, cause like against bad Urgots, like Doran's Blade is fine, but that's like if you're assuming like the opponent's bad, it's not a
Yeah.
good strategy. So let's see. So starting off the bat, the thing I can tell you is always look at where the enemy jungle is starting.
Right.
Check that by Urgot's not unleashing, which means that he's starting bot side, and it's gonna be pretty evident by the fact that
Bot lanes are late.
bot
I
lane's
do
leashing.
usually fake
Yep.
a leash, but
Mhm.
doing that has given up lane control a lot.
Yeah. Starting off, miss W. It's a pretty bad trade for you. Lose 150 with bone playing out. Um, level one, like W, you should be hitting your W like every time.
Yeah.
This guy's running grasp. Urgot's actually not a great easy matchup. I actually like running Gathering Storm. Like I don't think Scorch is that good against Urgot.
Yeah.
Especially if he just like tanks your W with your his own W. It's pretty Scorch is pretty meaningless. So I like just taking Gathering Storm and just farming this lane out. Um, More often than not, like I'll just go like if the Urgot's really good, I would get early tabbies. If not, just go like Shin Tiamat and just try to shove him in and roam. Okay. He's gonna be top side. Rammus is finishing up his red buff right now. He's pretty low. Okay. He did Gromp, which is a terrible idea, but he just used his W, which means this
Right.
is actually a good time. Yep, nice, good trade. You could have gotten one more auto off with your second Q. You don't have to wait for the true damage. Just get your second Q off, like
Right.
as
I
an
wanted to
instant auto
use the
reset.
movement
Yeah,
speed to
yeah,
disengage
yeah,
because I didn't have my W.
yeah. Fine. At this point, I would have just spam pinged your jungler. Like, so right here, like this guy has not warded. Like,
Yeah.
he's been in lane the whole time. Like, he hasn't moved over to ward at all. So as soon as Rammus finishes red buff, I guess he ends up does he smite this? He does, right? Yeah, this is enough health to gank. Like what I would have done as Camille is push him out with W, like force him like left a little bit, and then get a ward into river right here. Make sure that Master Yi is not lurking, so that
Right.
he doesn't get counter gank.
So I believe I'm actually going to go a little bit aggressive here with the intent of pushing him back so that I can go ward in
Yeah,
river
yeah,
rather than
exactly,
try.
exactly. Yeah, because if you push him in like, and he starts walking up, you can just kind of back off. Because if the Yi is here, then you can just run away. But yeah, you can start pushing like kind of pushing towards him and see
Yeah.
what he does. Like
But
if
I'm
you
pretty sure
aggro, then you
Yi's
can go.
already here.
Okay, well, that's just an assumption though, because like
Right.
Master E, especially like he's not the best early game like ganking jungler. Like he can counter gank okay, but he can't gank like he can't pull off ganks that well, unless like the enemy member is super overextended. So like the way your wave is positioned, the only way he gets a successful play off top lane is if Rammus comes to gank and he counter ganks, right?
Right.
Like he can't gank you like if you're over here unless you just like waste your E and go in. So if you push in, there's two things that Urgot will do. Either he'll stay in, he'll try to trade with you, in which case you can just back off. And if he backs off, then you can just get a nice ward in really easily. So there's no like downside of you walking up here.
Okay.
Because if he tries to fight you, you just back off. If he backs off, then you just get a nice ward. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That way you can obtain info for yourself. Because like if you get this warden and if this is clear, if Master Yi is not here, then Rammus, after taking this red buff, your wave is shoved in pretty east towards your side, and he can potentially get a gank off. But with the way it is, like it's so dark, like he just hit the Master Yi just hit the scrying orb, right? So like he could be running in here, and he could have sat in here. But either way, having this warded and having info for the Rammus is really good because that affects his decision making.
Yeah, but then Urgot started trading back with me, so I never was able to walk up. And I should just be boarding Tri-Brush at this point.
You can walk right here. You can walk up though. Like let's see. So right here, he's just used W and he starts running to the left.
Okay.
You have a beeline towards a nice ward here. Like he can't contest you. And if you start walking down and he starts walking down to match you, then you can just run back up and not like dodge his E. Like as long as you start walking down, and if he starts coming down, then you just have to run back up, and that's fine. Even after taking the CS, you could potentially walk up. Oh. Okay. I think you could have committed for the Urgot Rammus. So the way this gank worked out, like you eat in, which is kind of bad because you had no info on where Master Yi is.
Right.
And Urgot misses his E. You are actually level higher than Urgot, and Rammus is half, but he's also half, and you are level higher. They're chasing into your bush right here, and right here, as soon as you land that W and Master Yi starts queuing, as Camille, like you have to walk up to Urgot right here. You have your Q up. I think your E is down. This is bugged, but you have your Q up. So Rammus is almost already on Urgot, and if he gets that taunt off, you walk forward, you auto Q, and then auto Q, and then that's a dead Urgot.
But then Rammus is still gonna die no matter what. Then
there's no way Master Yi kills you though. Like you're 750 health.
Okay.
You still have flash. There's no reason for you to walk back out here. Because at the worst case, when if say you don't manage to kill Urgot, say Master Yi kills Rammus, at the worst case you can flash over this wall right here and get out really easily. But this is a play that Rammus like committed for, and you have to commit with him. Because you can trade 1-for-1 really easily here. Because he goes down to 200, 250 health. He does get the level up from the minion on the side, I think. But 250 health, that's auto Q, auto Q. That's dead Urgot. And he has flash, but you also have flash, and you can flash after him. Either way, the way that play started off was bad because you eat in without any vision on Master Yi, right?
Right.
And E is like a huge
which bothers me a lot because my vision is always so consistently high, but I'm just tunneling on Urgot.
Like the level 3, like you had opportunities to walk down and ward. Even if you didn't get the ward out, like there's no reason to play aggressive there because as you said, like Master E's topside, like he
Yeah.
has to be topside, so you don't have to use your E to trade. You can just use like QWQ to trade. Actually, let's back 1425. Okay. I would have control ward's okay here. I would have, this is like just a small thing. Like I would have gone for the refillable. Refillable value is like so good that I would have gone for that just because.
Yeah, but I couldn't get that and the pink ward.
Yeah, just because pink ward, like Master E, the thing about him is like he's not the best early game ganker. That's why I don't think pink is like if I'm against like Kazakhs or something like that, maybe I would get a pink, like prioritize pink, but so like this kind of pink, let's talk about this kind of pink. Like I hate these kind of pinks because what kind of purpose does this serve? Like your Rammus is bot side. He's not there to capitalize on this pink at all. Like you can use this pink sometimes if you're crushing lane really hard and you want to like push into the turret and you want to just deny enemy vision and just play really aggro. But when you're not really particularly ahead and jungler is not topside, warding like this is pointless. And this is potentially just like giving the enemy gold because you bought this gold ward for 75 and
Yeah.
if Argot manages to kill it, he gets 30. So that's 100 gold swing.
But hear me out here. I'm gonna play aggressive, and I'm gonna like keep the wave in the middle, and I'm gonna be able to defend this. And at the same time, if he kills it, like.
But what if Master E walks up here and just kills this ward? What do you gain from it?
Well, first I'll be able to see him on the Gromp first, but then if he does decide to like
So you already have. So why not save this pink instead of getting this ward in here? Why not hit this blast plant ward right here, and then your entrance to jungle is covered. Your top lane is covered, and save that pink for later when Rammus decides to gank. Because right now, if E just does wolves and Gromp and walks up to pink, you can't defend this. Also, Urgot with Urgot has more wave clear than you, right? Like usually, like the way this matchup goes early game, like you end up getting shoved, and it's pretty hard to outshove an Urgot as Camille. That's one of the also main reasons why I don't think pink ward is good because, like as you see, like even if you do trade against him and try to play aggro, a lot of times Urgot's passive with his Q, like he does way too much AOE to the minions for you to actually be able to shove back. So this lane's gonna shove into you, and Urgot's going to be able to contest that ward.
I also know this guy hasn't been contesting or putting down vision at all ever so far.
But that again is playing off.
I'm justifying. I'm trying to justify my decision.
It's still playing off the assumption that this guy is going to play bad though, and I hate doing that. No need to eat out here though. And mana is actually pretty tight with not going Sheen first, and
right.
E costs a lot of mana. So anyways, you see the E on the ward. If this Urgot's a good player, then like after he shoves you in right here, he would go to check this.
He warded try.
He warded try, but that's the thing. Like, if I'm playing top lane, if I'm playing blue side as Urgot, and I don't have this warding Tribush right like that is just like saying, okay, well, if Rammus runs up river, I still die. That's not a good ward for him. Unless maybe he has this warded, but he doesn't. If you have a pink here, as a blue side, if your mid laner warded for you, then sure, you can ward here. But the thing is, the Rammus can still blast plant over, right? Like the Baron pit. So, as a top laner for blue side, what I really like doing is oops, what I really like doing is putting a ward right here instead of here. But he fucks up and wards here. So like the way the vision is gonna work is if Rammus ever takes this blast plant and runs up river, then he's dead. So he's the one fucking up, and he should if it's a good top laner, he would check this bush like after shoving you in, because there's nothing else to do. Decent trade, but at the end of the day, it's just pretty
It's
meaningless.
it's farm fast.
Yeah. Like at this point of the game, like I wouldn't even just like E into him. Like it's pretty much a waste of mana. Like the amount of health trade that you get from this, like sure you like technically like win the trade a little bit, but the mana cost like just doesn't justify the trade. So like right here, all I would do is just focus on farming, because he can't kill you and you can't kill him either. Honestly, I would just save mana for like I would just poke him with W. Honestly, like every time comments up and just save my E. And at this point, this pink is actually not mastery is level 6, right?
He should be.
If you eat in, it's post 5 minutes, like 5 to 5:30. That's when this blast plant spawns. If mastery is level 6 and you eat in, he takes this blast plant and ults, you're dead. If you flash. Okay. So your options are to never eat in, or you have to go invest time and get this blast plant out, or get a deep board, whatever. But this pink is not like, this is like a false sense of security, because post 5 minutes when blast plant spawns and master E has ultimate, you E in, you're dead, even if you have flash, and then you don't have teleport, and you pretty much the lane is lost at that point. Because you have no idea where Master E is right now. Like, he hasn't shown on the map. He's just been power farming.
I mean, he should be bot right now because his Krug should be up.
Well, the thing is, back a little bit.
Because Rammus was just taking, no, never mind. Okay, yeah, we saw him down mid lane there.
Yeah, Master E does show right here. You go for, oh, I guess you already went for the trade. But now his blue spawning, and you have no mana, and this is actually if you're completely out of mana and they shove you in, that's actually a potential dive for them, because you have no mana to actually defend yourself. And Urgot has an execute, Master E has a way to drop a tower aggro. At this point, you just have you have enough health to maybe stay, but now you need Rammus' help to stay under tower. Okay, Master E just uses it back. I personally think they should have pressured you more. You should have recalled right now. This is a bad overstay, because you can't reset this wave properly. So if you go back, like your minions had, this guy was actually half health.
Yeah.
So the minion actually meets closer to your side, which means it'll shove out slightly. But this minion is half, and by the time you get back, the wave will probably be around somewhere like here, and you and Urgot probably would have missed around a similar number of minions. But now that you decided to stay and try to push this out, the wave is going to end up like here, because this is a cannon wave. It takes longer to push out. Look where the minion is going to meet, right here. And you can't push this out either, because if you stay for this and mastery comes, you're dead. And you're going to miss this entire creep wave. And Urgot barely misses anything because the wave's so pushed into him. It's the full wave, so now you're down on XP a little bit, He's level 8 with almost half. You're a little bit less. But like little things like that matter a lot. Like what could have been like 3 minion loss turns into 6 minion loss, right?
Right. I wasn't
Get
thinking
water
about
break.
the half health minion. I was just counting the minions and looking at the wave position and figuring that I had to push it in, and it was a cannon wave.
Mm-hmm. That real quick. Forgot TP comes out. He does pretty good TP response timing, actually. I like that. I like the target selection on Diana. But after the Diana, I think target selection was a little off. Just because the mana, Nami's completely
Yeah.
Right? So she's pretty much a non-factor in the fight. I think after killing Diana, you should shift towards
Yi.
trying to kill Yi, yeah. Because TF is pretty healthy as well. He can help you fight. And Urgot just used all his cooldowns as well, right? So Urgot Q's in, W's, ults. He just used everything. He has nothing. He has E. That's about it. So if you go on E and TF helps you out, you can kill the E together, and you can probably live. Because once E's dead, the only source of damage is Urgot, but he has no cooldowns left. So you do get the trade onto the Nami, but it could have been slightly better. Waves ends up being, kind of a bad spot for you, just because teleport, the timing was, you had to teleport in, but the wave was slow pushing into him, so that sucks. Got tabbies. Alright, you got phage. It's fine. Right here, I would actually. Oh, okay.
I was thinking he'd do one of two things. He'd go straight for his red buff to wolves, or not to wolves, red buff to raptors, and then look like mid and then top, or he would go straight up to Gromp and then go down to raptors and red and then gank bot again, because they just blew summoners. And I wanted to know which one he was gonna do.
So here's where I also think that this I really don't like this pink. The only times I really like this pink is if I'm playing the lane all the way over here. If I'm like playing Renekton,
Yeah.
and I'm just shoving in him really hard, I want to like just keep pressing him under tower and like dive him. That's when I pink, because if you pink here and you're enemy blue side and you're getting shoved in, this whole side is dark for you, right? Which
Right.
makes it really hard for your jungler to even come help. Because if he tries to come help and this is completely dark and enemy jungle is there, then you just lose the game.
I think if you look at my items, I'm already planning to move it because I already have another pink ward in inventory.
Yeah. I think right here the correct ward formation should be probably something like pink here in the pixel bush. And yeah, this ward is nice. This ward is fine. So like if you have this warded and that warded, then you already have like this side covered, right? So this is like a nice formation. So that way like Mastery can't just like sneak into your Raptor side and then gank you from behind, and you have really good deep ward into their blue buff, and you pretty much have coverage on the entire top side. And yeah, that's pretty nice. So and at this point against Urgot, I would just be hard pressed to just shove him in, because you have really good ward coverage. You don't have ulti, which means that it's kind of hard to kill him even if Rammus comes. But he does have the lane party just because he has tabbies. It's really hard to trade against Urgot with who has tabbies. Like I'll just focus on trying to shove him in, but if the Urgot also plays correctly, he won't let you shove you in either. Now, you see these trades like they're not technically bad trades mechanically by you. It's just that stat-wise he has tabbies.
Right.
Which means that I think actually you're back right here after the TP play, but you probably should have batted tabbies as well because it's really good against their top jungle anyways. Mastery Urgot. So I think like if you have Tiamat with tabbies, and I think you have like
longsword and health gem.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know if you had enough gold for tabbies or not. I'm not completely sure. But yeah, like getting a cloth armor or whatever is still nice. But you see how like this Urgot just hasn't even checked this ward at all, like for how many minutes? Like people in Elo just like make mistakes like that, and all you have to do is like honestly just not misplay yourself and just punish these kinds of mistakes. And that teleport, the correct move right here should be try to go for this tower. You don't have Sheen. SV here. You're not gonna be able to get this tower, I don't think. Get Sheen maybe. Ramazol, but nah. I would shove this in and just back instead of trying to get tower. Yeah, this is I think you should have backed. 800 gold. It's perfect gold for tabbies. About tabbies. You're in a good spot in terms of the game because you're completely even with the Urgot, who you completely outscale anyways. Yeah, you do get tabbies, nice. So he's going for cleaver. In my opinion, like this matchup, once you get 2 items, like there's nothing Urgot can do against you. Like if you get Triforce Ravenous, for that it's a little dicey. If you're both even. Now the trades are just gonna be pretty much red noodle fight because you guys both have tabbies and you don't really have a solid damage. Neither of you guys really have a solid damage item. You just shove him in really hard. I don't know where he is, but just shove it really hard. Right here, I would have actually W Tiamat the wave and just shove him in really hard. Now you roam. Actually, look for a roam mid right here. I think that might have been a decent opportunity. Let's go back a little bit. Shove the wave in. I think if you start running down river, there's a potential for a play. If you take this path right here, here, TF has great CC. Even Rammus is actually nearby, and been an okay play.
I know I'm thinking about it, but oh, he was moving to follow. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I think either decision's like okay. The TF was, I think, you guys were not quite level 11. I think Diana was a level 11, so. Ooh, really risky E right here. You have no vision. Oof. Okay. So this E in is actually really greedy, because TF does come to bail you out with the ultimate, but imagine if Master Yi was also topside.
Yeah.
And that's just a really bad play, because I don't think you guys win this 3v3.
You're probably right.
Master Yi's 3-0, and Diana's not too weak either. So going in with this E is a little greedy. Ends up working out because Master Yi just based, as you can see from the TFO. I don't think you needed to ult this guy though. think cause like you see the Diana with the TF ult, right?
Right.
So my immediate reaction would just be collapse on the Diana, cause she's the one with the damage. You don't have to really like the Urgot isn't gonna kill you, right? Like you're 1200 health. You're not gonna kill him either. Like as I said, you guys both have tabbies. So I think the correct move was to probably just converge on this guy. But luckily enough, like Rammus is actually there, just catch this guy out. So being a pretty easy kill. And right here, let me use bot. And this is a tower, really easy tower. Nice. Only thing I was a little scared of was if Ezreal Nami came top lane. That could have been spooky, but
Yeah, we can see they're doing dragon. I didn't really like this Rift Herald call in the first place.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I hate doing Rift this early in the game. This is way too much tempo lost.
Yeah. Because they've already got dragon at this point, and all Yi and Diana have to do is come up, and we're both fucked.
Yeah, this is a really cause the way it worked out, like Diana died so long ago, like because you guys went for the Diana kill and then you went for the tower. So like this early in the game, like death timers aren't that low. So on top of that, like you obviously are sitting on like 1200 gold, sitting on Sheen gold. So I would have called this rift off. Just like way too much. Like getting that kill in the first tower is perfectly like
Right,
really
and then
good
I need
trade,
to be
so.
back and be ready to absorb that wave too.
Yeah, because you just got a enormous gold income. Like you can get Sheen from this, and
And Urgot just blew his flash, so if I am back in time, I can even look to,
yeah, you can
actually
pressure
start
really hard with that.
1v1ing him.
Oh god. All right. Ramus just ints. But yeah, like sometimes like you just have to take the initiative and just ping your team. Like, cause if you don't help on that Rift Herald, then your teammates probably won't do it anyways, right?
Right.
Like just be like adamant and be like, no, we're not doing this. I'm backing. Right here, like going for this wave is you do protect the pink. Let's see.
I think I lose it anyways.
The thing is, you don't actually know where Master E is, right? Okay, I assume they're okay. Yeah, I think going for the CS is more worth it. Because you end up missing 3 creeps, which is like 60,
right.
70 gold, but you also lose out on XP, which is big. Not a big difference, actually, but ooh, going for this is risky. Trading for that is risky, because if Master Yi is here, you could die. If Rammus is there to protect you, then you can go for that, but just wasn't quite there. Alright, so now you shove in. I'll just run into his jungle right here. I would run into jungle. I guess you don't. Oh, you have a trinket up now. I would have gotten a warden right there.
I think I just put it there at the entrance to the jungle.
Oh, you're going bot? Okay. What was your thought process going bot here?
Diana splitting bot. TF can be sitting top. We can have Twitch and Soraka mid, and Rammus is floating around mid and bot. And then if TF can global, like there's no objectives anymore top for me. The people that need a tower by them can farm top and mid. I don't need a tower by me to stay safe, so.
Okay. Yeah, the only problem is that like you guys can't have the clean rotation. So like,
Yeah.
let's see.
I mean, I'm
Right
pretty
here,
sure I'm pinging like defend this tower a whole
yeah,
bunch
it's
right
just
now.
that in solo queue, like you can't expect people to make that
Right.
So right
Plus,
here,
I
like
think Diana's like 0-4 by this point, and I want to go kill her, and I'm pretty sure I can't kill Urgot because he has Cleaver and Glacial.
um, One thing is like this wave is already arriving next, and
Yeah.
for you guys to catch this wave, like Twitch has to make that instant decision. But the thing is, top lane, like you can still like sure there's no tower to take, but you can still like the way I would have played it is just stay topside. You have lane priority actually. Like I think you can beat Urgot and Trace at this point, and if you just keep Twitch rock up bot lane, like I like keeping TF mid in the mid game just because if you keep him in side lane in mid game
He
and
can
he
only
can't
go
like
one
say he's
direction.
he can only go into mid or whatever. Um, so I like keeping him there. You do have teleport to like sure Twitch and Raka don't have a tower to fall back on, but you guys do have the TF port and your port, so you can help him out. And what you can do here is, I think you have lane priority against Urgot since you got first tower and you got some extra gold. What you can do is get push top in and control top side. And if you control top side, you can start taking his jungle camps. You can even look for dives mid through this right here, this bush. Um, go right here. You can go through this wall. Maybe if Ezreal Nami's mid, you can dive mid with Rammus, and you can just go for the Nami kill. Or you could even look for picks on Master E when he's like doing his jungle camps, because Camille at this point like has just really great catching potential. And yeah, you can play just the top side of the map since you guys won top side really hard, and just control top side. And sure, in competitive this might work, like where you want the Twitch to go top for rotation, but it's just hard in solo queue to expect your teammates to make that kind of rotation on the spot. I think your roam bot actually winds up working out because this Diana is being sits on a ward, but you guys end up losing a full wave top, which is pretty bad. Teleport. The thing is, at this point, like Diana dying there isn't really
It doesn't
worth
get
it.
us anything.
Yeah. That you guys get some gold, but using your TP and just getting one kill and no objectives is not that great. And at this point, like your focus is to try to knock down mid tower and bot tower. That's why I would have stayed top, because if you stay top and you pressure mid, you can pressure mid tower to go down, or you can make a TP play bot and get bot tower. That's what I would have liked, because right now if you rotate bot right and you're the one with teleport, you can't, even if you teleport topside, there's nothing to take,
Right.
as you said. So that's why I would have stayed topside. Master E's mid, looking in. And Master E's gonna be running up right here. He's gonna be arriving in like 3 seconds. See this trade again. The trade starts off pretty badly. Like you I think you end up walking into his queue. And you put pretty much kind of like with that you just leave yourself like no room to dodge. Because
Right.
once you E in there, like he just has a beeline. Like you can try to run down, but then Master E's coming up and he just cuts you off. So yeah, I would have just waited for Rammus honestly, because you have ultimate. Wait, when did you? Oh, it's from the Diana. Never mind. But at least does Urgot have flash? I don't think he does, right? Timers are super bugged. But yeah, I mean, especially with spotting Master Yi mid, not much point in playing super aggro. Whoa, what is this Urgot doing? What the fuck? Okay. And you can just recall right now and go bot, because Twitch is here to take your wave, and
Yeah, I
yeah,
think that's
you
what I
have
do.
Triforce. Alright, nice. And at this point, you have to tell your teammates, like, I don't have teleport. Be careful. Ooh. Okay. Hmm. Didn't need to ult. It's alright. How they go for the Baron? What the? Why is
Why does nobody react?
Rammus farming blue? Oh god. Oh, alright. Even I don't know if Rammus actually would have even gotten there in time by the time this finished. Cause
I
he
think he
takes like
could have. He's running runic echoes.
oh wait. What?
Yeah, and he's Predator.
I guess so. I think he used Predator on the Diana, but yeah. Interesting. Hmm. Well, alright. Drake is coming up. This ocean. Okay. No trinket. Okay. And at this point, the Mastery is pretty much your biggest threat in the game. And in team fights, you have to pretty much focus him. I would save your ultimate until he uses his Q, because he can just dodge it.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as he uses Q, that's your time to just ult him and just kill his ass. Because he will just reset and just kill your
Yeah, I
entire
don't know
team.
why Soraka's walking up here because I already have the dragon warded.
I mean, it's an okay trade though. Like support for mid. That's actually a fine trade. Like the fact that Diana is willing to go for that play is just a dumb decision on her part. At this point, you can actually I would take this wave and just run mid. Yep, run mid. Look for an engage on the E. All right. Wow. Two of them dead. You can maybe hard engage. Uh, no, you go for the charms just here.
No,
I
I'm going
really
for Sterix. Tiamat, Sterix, and then Ravenous.
why not Ravenous first?
I just really like the combo, the 1k true damage burst, and the Sterix helps me team fight more than the Ravenous helps me team fight.
Why why would you want to team fight against that team though? Like Urgot matchup
I mean, Urgot's
is
gonna win 1v1, Diana's probably gonna win 1v1,
no,
Yi's gonna win 1v1.
I don't think Urgot wins the 1v1 if you go Ravenous. He has Cleaver and he's going Righteous Glory. I don't think he wins the 1v1 if you go Ravenous.
Okay.
And the thing about the side lane against Urgot is that like once you go Ravenous, you don't have to 100 to 0 him. All you have to do is look for short trades. You can get some second Qs in, and then you just trade health, and all you have to do is just lifesteal off either jungle creeps or CS. And he has no way to sustain himself. So what you can do is you just chip away at him little by little, like in the side wave. And while doing that, you put yourself ahead by having lane party, and if you have Ravenous, you can just take Krugs, whatever, and you just keep the Urgot here. And if you chip away at him enough and he's forced to back because he has no sustain, you can start chipping away at the tower as well. And if you have lane party, if you have him shoved up to here, and you can gain control of this side of the map. If this is a champion that is something that you can't beat 1v1, say Fiora or whatever, Sterix is a fine build. But I think Urgot's one of the matchups that I would really go Ravenous over.
I'll be honest, I'm probably autopiloting a little bit on the build.
Okay.
When I was learning Camille, I was a Titanic player, and I've definitely switched over now, but I'm still doing Sterix.
That should have been a
Yeah, here
free
I think
kill.
we should have just, like, I'm farming, and Twitch is just walking up.
Well, well, but the mistake happened here though. This should have been a free kill
Yeah.
if your hookshot didn't fuck up. Sure, the Twitch also makes the mistake of chasing after, but that could have been avoided, right?
Right.
So you can't control what your teammates do. Like this
Right.
guy fucking up, you can't control that, but you can control your own mistakes.
I honestly don't even know what happened there.
Sometimes if you click your hook shot, if you like right click too fast, sometimes you'll just like flat face plant into the wall. That's probably what happened. This happened to me a couple of times. With this, that's gone. Your late game isn't bad. Like, sure they have Master E, but you have Twitch and Camille.
Yeah.
And Urgot falls off really, really hard. Diana is not a bad scale bird. No, nor is TF. So your late game isn't bad.
Like, we shouldn't even be defending this tower. That tower is undefendable.
But you see how like throughout this game though, like you have your score is like pretty good. Your CS is fine. It's just that look at the game impact itself.
Right.
How much game impact have you had? How much of the map have you like dominated? Like if you see
I'm
me,
too afraid of getting ganged up on.
but
Like,
you're Camille though. Like you have amazing
right.
mobility, and the thing about you also have TF for backup as well. Like if you show like that's a part of like learning how to be a split pusher, right? Like managing how to not get caught
Right.
while this
Well, I mean, that's why my
pushing.
vision score is so fucking high, is because I spam wards and I push, but then there's games like this where I feel like I have to be the one to defend rather than make plays. And
Well,
like, I
the
tried
thing
to
is
go down and make the
the
play
thing
on the
is
Diana.
it's not even about making plays or defending. It's about like what you control on the map. Like
Yeah.
even when you guys took top tower, like you never controlled top side. Like and even when you go bot and you can beat the Diana in a 1v1, like you never had control over their bot side. Like the wards that you put down were like maybe like here, but you never had wards like here. Like
Yeah.
these are the really important wards. Like this one is really good. This one's
Right.
amazing. This one's nice.
What
Like
you're
this one's
saying
nice.
is, though, I need to push the vision deeper.
Yeah, you need to push the vision deeper. You need to push your lead even further. Like you need to be farming the enemy jungle camps, putting yourself ahead, putting the Master E behind, and if you control your this side of the map, then it opens you up to plays. Because if you control this side, anytime the enemy player walks in, you can get a pick. You can also, if you have these warded, then you're free to walk in here without like being afraid of getting caught, right? And you just walk in here and you can even make a play mid. Like say someone shows top lane and like whoever's you're laning against is stuck farming at bot tower because you shoved them in, and they only have 3 people mid. You can just
Mm-hmm.
force a hard engage mid. So like it opens you up to plays like having impact on the map. Like it's just by pushing in and playing a little dangerous, but making sure you have like correct wards in, like you're having game impact. Like this game, you had pretty good TP. You had like a roam the bot lane that ended up working out and whatnot. But in terms of game impact, like you haven't actually like pushed it as far as you could have, if that makes sense. So that's what I would work on, like calculated aggression, like pushing yourself ahead even more, and especially like this game, if you went Ravenous, it would have been really really nice in terms of that split push pressure. you guys are just giving this tower up. Why?
Twitch is dead.
Oh, Twitch is dead. Okay. Didn't even
Twitch
notice.
tried to defend the outer tower.
Okay. And at the end of the day, like, sure, like your Twitch was pretty bad, and your team made some like bad decision in terms of like Rammus not going for Baron, etc. But can you really say you deserve to win this game over the Urgot a lot?
I mean, it's just coin flip.
That's the thing, right? Like you both.
That's why I'm asking for help, is because
Yeah.
I
That's what I'm
don't
saying. Like
really.
that's what I'm saying. Like you can not make it a coin flip by having more pressure on the map and having more game impact, and that's achieved through pretty much, especially if you're against someone like Urgot. So like Camille has kind of like two different modes when I play. If I'm against a matchup where I can, like pressure in a 1v1, like post 2 items, and Urgot falls into that category just because Urgot, like, he'll go cleaver, but then he'll build tanky afterwards. So you have to just kind of, because he'll be out, he'll out tank you in team fights, right?
Right.
And he has arguably a little more utility with his like E and his ultimate. I mean, Camille has pretty good utility too, but in the 1v1 sense, like you beat out their god like with Ravenous. So obviously, like against someone like Tryndamere or Fiora, which you can't really 1v1 that well, like you can go for the Sterix and switch to the other mode where you just force engages really hard. But yeah, like Urgot's one of those champions that I would go for the Ravenous route and just split push really hard. At this point, you guys, I mean, I think you guys should probably just wait for Twitch 3 items. Once Twitch gets 3 items, there is chance that you guys can win the team fight. Oh boy. But I mean, this is also just like active shot calling. Like you have to just expect your teammates to be like kind of bad and try to
Right.
babysit them and be the better player. And if you're just farming like cannons, like super creeps, and like you don't have anything else to do, like you might as well just like try to shot call. Like here, you see Urgot on this ward, Twitch and Rammus are alone. Like TF isn't here, Raka's not here. Like I would just be spam pinging the fuck out of them. Like get off this tower. Just give it. Fight at this tower. Like sure, Twitch should be doing that thinking himself, but you can help him do that, right?
Right.
So, like that's just like active shot calling. Like, and if he maybe he doesn't listen. Maybe he doesn't listen to the back pings, but maybe he does. Like either way, there's no harm in it.
You know you can QSS Urgot ult, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just
Does he
making
have
sure.
it? I don't think he has it, right?
No.
Yeah, you can Gangplank Orange, QSS. I think those are the two ways to get rid of it, unless you kill Urgot. But with Twitch being dead, it's probably Baron gone. And yeah, it's like it's hard, like especially when teammates make like really dumb calls. But sometimes you just have to like be better than your elo and try to just shot call them. And most of the times, like people listen, in my opinion, as long as like obviously like sometimes they'll be like they'll take your they'll take your calls like kind of like
Yeah.
personally, but if you like most of the times if you phrase it nicely, like they'll listen.
So here's a
And
thing that I did that's helped me a little bit with Tilt. I disabled my chat.
okay, well you can still communicate with
Yeah,
pings, right?
pings. Yeah, I can't see the pings. I can't see chat at all.
Okay.
I can see if I'm watching the map. I can see people pinging, and I can hear the pings. But is that too much of a you're fucking
Wait, what
yourself
do you mean you
thing?
can't? What do you mean you can
There
see
is
the?
no chat box.
But
They
oh, you
appear on
can.
the map,
Okay.
but I cannot read the pings.
But you can see the pings on the map. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying? Um, I guess like it's up to you if you think that like that outweighs the benefits of having the chat. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I personally think that like in the long run, it's better to have chat just because like there are things that are helpful, like if they type in like this guy doesn't have flash or whatever.
Yeah.
And honestly, League has evolved to such a like a team game at this point that like if I'm going for a roam or if I'm going for a teleport, like knowing whether like the enemy team has flash or not is like a huge thing.
Right.
Like you'll see me like you'll see me like making roams based off of, okay, like I'm gonna ask my mid laner, does he have flash? And if he sometimes like if he has flash and he's like a mid laner who's also has like another mobility spell and is just too slippery, then I'll just be like, okay, there's no merit to ganking. And same with bot lane. If like if it's like Ezreal with flash with like Alistair, I'll be like, okay, fuck that. I'm not gonna teleport.
Right.
So like in the long run, like in the short term, sure, like maybe if you're getting like too tilted from teammates flaming or whatever, then maybe it'll help you out. But I feel like in the long run, it deters it kind of hinders you. Um, have you thought about just like meeting people like it like if they do flame like right away, like that could be a decent
That's
alternative.
the problem, and that's the decision why I ultimately decided to just get rid of it in the first place, was because by the time I see those rage-inducing texts, it's already too late.
But why do you let things like that affect you so much though? It's
Because
just a
I'm emotionally insecure and maybe I should go see a psychotherapist.
I mean, I can't help you with that. But like the way I see it, like I still get flamed by people in like Challenger Master or
Yeah,
whatever.
and that's
But
why like I deleted the chat, because no matter what I do, people are gonna flame, and the
oh,
only
but
way
but
that
the
I can be like,
but that's the thing about life, right? Like,
right,
well, no matter what you do, there's still going to be like if you're even if you're doing something like great, there's gonna be people who shit on your parade or whatever. But like in my opinion, for at least for League pertaining, like just know just be like very truthful to yourself and know how good you are. Like if you know how good you are and know what you're bad at, and like if you're just like honest to yourself, I feel like it's kind of hard to get tilted over other people
yeah,
criticizing you. Because first of all, if you already know you're really like if you're actually bad at something and people flame you for it, it's like whatever. I already know that I'm bad at that, and you're actively trying to improve on it. And if it's not true what they're saying, if you're actually good at this thing, but they're like falsely accusing you of like being bad at it, then you can just brush it off and be like, no, I'm not. Like I'm actually good at this. There's no like either way. Like you can kind of change that like mentality of getting triggered by others. Um, but yeah, like if it's something that um, is really helping you out, I guess keeping the chat off is fine. Um,
I still feel like we should have won this, or we could have won this.
yeah, I mean, this still looks like a winnable game. This guy is not going 3 items. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why he has a Giant's Belt.
I guess mastery, like he's scared of the mastery, but just get GA at that point probably.
I
It's
mean,
better.
if E gets on him, he's dead no matter what.
Yeah,
Even if
that's
he
why
has a frozen mallet
probably
or
a better option.
something.
Oh.
We know that everybody is mid and coming.
Well, you guys have the time though to kill this guy before they get here. But now this is when the fight gets dicey because you don't know where they are. They could be
Right.
coming. Just have to run mid to defend. And you guys can take this fight. It's a 4v5.
Twitch goes for the red buff.
That's fine. I mean, their enemy team backed off as well. All right. Okay. What did you have? Yeah, like the build is going like lifesteal at this point is like just not that like as valuable as if you were to get it like
2580.
earlier. Yeah, yeah. You could actually go Titanic here too. Oh wow, Titanic's not bad. Like I don't mind going Sterix Titanic. It's not bad because they do have like um hmm, they do have Bork users, I guess. I think actually a alternative I would have gone for is just going instead of going Bam Scepter, just going GA. Just skip, just don't finish Tiamat item and just go GA. And that
Okay.
way you could just super hard engage onto like Master Yi or something, and even if you die, you have GA. Could have been a good option. That's something that I started doing a lot. Is if I need to be like the primary initiator, I'll go the Sterix GA route.
I'm going to write
But
this down,
mm-hmm. but
because that is
I'll
not
still buy the
something
Tiamat.
that I would do.
Mm-hmm. And stopwatch is such a underrated. Like I don't see like this is something I picked up from watching Adrian a lot. Adrian Riven. He just buys stopwatch when he thinks that like there's gonna be a big team fight, and stopwatch is just such a good item in team fights, especially on Camille too, because it pretty much lets you E in, Q someone that's like priority target, and ult them, and then just hit stopwatch and just avoid all CC and damage and wait for like it lets you just wait out the second Q timer, and then once you come out of stopwatch, you can just hit them with the second Q.
Okay.
And it's a really good tool for like mid game, late game team fights.
Was
Just
that
buying stopwatch.
possible before they made the Q2 timer longer?
I don't think so. Before they changed it, because I think before the Q2 timer was only like 1.5 seconds. Now it's 2 seconds. But yeah, either way, like stopwatch is actually really nice for a lot of fights, and in this kind of scenario, um, would be really nice to just go in, alt the E and get a stopwatch in, and just avoid all their damage. And it builds into GA, and as long as you like get a decent use out of it, it's really worth it. Because like going Ravenous here, like you're not really, as you said, like you're not going for the split push anyways, right? And um, like lifesteal, like at this point, like you guys have lost control of the map anyways. Uh, like you're not going to be really making use of the lifesteal to like farm enemy jungle camps or anything like that because you guys have lost a lot of towers and kind of are on the back pedal. You're like just playing defensive. So GA would have been actually a pretty good choice. At this point, Elder's coming up, and you should be top.
Yep.
You actually beat Urgot really hard with 3 items at this point. Look at his items.
Yep.
With 3 item Camille, like you can actually destroy this guy.
Yep.
And if you get a kill, you have teleport up, and you can force a 45.
Yep.
And at this point, like you can just tell your team like, or I guess like backping them and say you're killing this guy first, because they don't start the Elder yet. Oof. Nice. Nice. Has to be a teleport right here. Hmm. I actually don't think it would have mattered even if you TP'd. I think you guys would have lost either way. But the TP has to happen. I think as soon as Ezreal dashed in, right here,
Yeah,
I
I
would have started
think
TPing.
I was still waiting for the fight to start, and then by the
Uh-huh.
time the fight started, it was already over.
Yeah.
Because right
That's
there,
true.
I just killed Urgot.
I think right here, like maybe if you TP in. Wow, Diana actually killed both. Yeah, I mean, this game I actually don't think you played that bad. I do think you could have done better in terms of map pressure. Um, I think your like Twitch was pretty kind of like bad, and Ramus like in terms of kills, you guys were fine. It's just that like macro wise, like your team dropped the ball a lot. Um, but yeah, like really work on just pressuring the map
Mm-hmm.
and controlling your side of the map if you're ahead, because you were slightly ahead this game after you took first tower.
Tower.
Yeah, and just
And we
also
got a lot of really good picks.
yeah, and also be learn to be adamant about like the rift stuff. Just like tell your team no, and yeah, just like try to be active shot caller and just like I know you have chat turned off. You can still like spam ping people,
Yeah.
whatnot. Um, but yeah, like other than like your like combos are fine. Other than like couple missed hook shots. Um, but yeah, like this game, I think if you went Raven's route and just control the map more, you could have popped off more and made more happen and maybe carried your team. And I don't think you played that bad, but um, definitely not the best teammates. Like the TF was bad, but he didn't really do anything either. But like that's the thing, like in this kind of elo, like you can like coast like this TF, like not do too much, but um at the end of the day, like it's actually like the one things I tell my team stream is sometimes that like Hashinshin plays like really dumb, right? But thing is, he actually like applies a lot of pressure on the map,
Right.
especially if he's against a bad top laner. Like he's actually pretty good at trading and stuff. So and he's always pushing, and sure he dies to a lot of games because he's just like doesn't ward and he's kind of dumb, but he actually draws a lot of like attention top lane, and just puts pressure on the map. And that's like something that a lot of people talk about is like just the pressure. Um, like if I'm laning against a really good challenger top laner and I lost lane, like they'll just control top side really hard and just start like farming enemy jungle camps, and my jungle will just like be mad at me because they'll be like, what the fuck, like this guy's just taking my like Gromp or like Krugs or whatever, and that kind
I
of
feel like I
pressure just
can do that
spills
on
out.
Alawi, but I can't necessarily do that on Camille.
Yeah, maybe it's
Because
because you're going. Maybe you're not like rushing Ravenous Hydra as much because
yeah,
you kind of need the lifesteal in order to play that kind of play style. Because Alawi, she has like really great jungle farming abilities with her like Q and whatnot.
right.
But Camille without lifesteal is
I
kind of
can
hard to
fucking
do that.
solo Rift Herald on Alawi on a regular basis with one item.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so easy.
Alawi just puts out a lot more damage early, and if you have lifesteal on Camille, you can do the same thing, similar thing. And yeah, that's just kind of how you like take over games is if you take over a side of the map. And like this E got really fed, right?
Right.
But maybe he wouldn't have been as fed if you like control topside more, and maybe
If he didn't
like
free
because you have
farm
TFL
to
too. Yeah, you have TFL too, right?
right.
And if they like Master E walks in for Gromp and you just gangbang him with TF, like and he gets tilted, that's like a really good way to win the game. Like, imagine being a jungler walking into your top side and all of a sudden Camille ults you and then TF ults you and you just die. That's like pretty demoralizing, right? So like, or you can maybe even look for a roam mid. But anyway, that's just like how pressure spills out and you just like kind of take over games. But do you have any other questions for me?
Um, I got like three big takeaways. Just make
Okay.
sure I didn't miss something. Like, I need to get my vision deeper, not necessarily. Like, I've got plenty of vision, but I need to get my vision deeper.
Mm-hmm.
Um, shit. When
Just
the
also
pixel bush, the pink bush in the
mm-hmm.
pixel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one's really nice. Also, I think
When
one of
yeah,
your
but
backpack, one
when
of your
can you put those down while you're actually like dealing with a lane opponent? Like, yeah, if your
well,
laner's not there, you can put it down, but when can you actually get that bush down?
cause you actually did push in Urgot a couple times after you got like Tiamat,
Okay.
like tabbies. So after you just like shove one wave out, you can just walk down and put a ward down, and
Is
you
there
won't
any
really need to
chance
do
of
much.
hell of like me being able to get that on a regular basis on my first back?
Um, it's a little hard because on your first back, you most likely won't have Tiamat. Um, usually like good junglers and good mids will try to ward that. But
Mm-hmm.
on first back, if you have pink, like pinking here is fine on your first back, honestly.
Okay.
Like moving that pink later in the mid game is like here is fine. But yeah, early game is definitely like hard on your first bet because you don't like Camille doesn't have the best pushing capabilities without Tiamat anyways. So like having this pink is fine for the early game. Make sure you get good back timings off because there was that one back time where you backed one wave too late and
Uh-huh.
ended up missing a full wave. Um, and just learn to identify which opponents you should go Ravenous against. Urgot's definitely one of them in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that and don't expect your don't expect your teammates to make like the correct rotation all the time, like because I think you went
Right.
bot, but Twitch just like followed you.
And I know
So
I
there's
had
that.
pinged like defend this tower a bunch, but I
Mm-hmm.
probably should have like pinged Twitch alive, Twitch live, defend top, defend
Mm-hmm.
top.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. What else? What else? Your TP timings are pretty good for volleying. Mm-hmm.
I gotta work on that still a little bit because as a Lowy I don't TP for ganks ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'll
Mm-hmm.
TP to an objective to help
Mm-hmm.
start setting up an objective,
Yeah,
or I'll
Urgot's
TP to an enemy
yeah.
objective to contest an enemy objective. Like I take Herald and then I TP top and I force top with Herald.
Uh-huh. The only times Illaoi TPs are really good is if like the enemy team actually overcommits super hard and you can just like TP behind them and they already all like used all their cooldowns or whatever.
Right, but
If you
nobody
have
does that
flash, if you
anymore.
have yeah, if you have flash is nice, you can flash out if they are overextended. But I do see quads like sometimes just use TP as deterrent, like say their bot lane's getting ganked.
Right.
He'll just throw down the teleport and make the enemy back off sometimes. It's pretty worth it because it does go on reduced CD anyways. You just cancel it. So there's that. Um, but yeah, I don't think this game, like, sure there were stuff that you could have done better, but yeah, just main takeaway is just you weren't able to pressure as hard as you could have uh, due to kind of like the item choices, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right. Well, that is helpful.
all right. Well, if you have any other questions, don't be scared to ask whenever on Discord. And hope this was helpful. All right. Thanks, Clay.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna eat dinner. Peace.
All right. Have a good dinner. Oh boy. I wonder if that was useful for anyone. Oops.
Mic off. Mic on.
If life hasn't changed you, then you have failed. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn. Results are all that matters.
Hey Putin. It was really useful. It was definitely the most expensive coaching that I've ever had, but it was probably one of the more useful ones. I used to have a friend or two that was willing to do coaching for me. Definitely some macro things.
step on the march of progress. I've already given you. Precision is the only standard that matters. Order exists because of me.
Maybe level 2 there.
Opportunity rewards those who wait. I don't take them. I make the rules. Special response. An ally has been slain. Enemy has been slain. Sharp blade quickens the work. Patience is what separates good hunters.
I always lose to that.
I will not be misled. The test of good manners is patience. Another step on the march of progress. Money makes everything easier. A proper lady employs many methods.
Yeah. You could offer bad coaching for free.
Rudeness must be eradicated.
He told me my vision when I started, like trying to push my vision deeper, I need to
I bargained my soul.
get that even deeper.
Inattention to detail produces shoddy work.
Like, I like to go for this Gromp ward. I need to actually get it deeper than that. Like, the Gromp ward is pretty deeper.
Looks like I missed a spot. I am employed when negotiations fail.
Crap.
Opportunity rewards those who wait. The task at hand is the only one that matters. Waiting yields the most reward.
Crap.
The test of good manners is patience. Reckless. Violence is a means to an end. My skills eliminate the chaos of Piltover.
Yay, I don't miss any farm.
Sometimes ambitions must be restrained. Patience isn't a virtue, it is the virtue. Self-made women need to be most prevalent.
Damn.
Character is revealed by when one retreats.
Alright, max Q from then on.
If life has changed. To the victor, the spoils. Piltover will achieve its destiny.
Wrap.
When he yields the most reward.
I know Skarner was up here recently. So just...
Patience is what separates good hunters from dead ones. It's not lies that cut, but the sharpness of the truth.
Am I laggy? Hello, Skarner.
Now all spool up! I have yet to be wrong.
Close some things in Chrome. That's probably
Morality is a beautiful
doing
servant
it.
and a dangerous master. There are two sides to every issue. My side is your
Why am I still laggy? Holy shit.
technology and I have a complicated relationship. An enemy has been slain. The trick is to get out of it.
Fuck. Ah, if I wasn't lagging so much, I could have R'd. Why am I still lagging? Fuck me, I lost all that farm too.
Results are all that matters.
Alright, goodbye Chrome. There we go, perfect. Just gotta kill everything in Chrome. His ult cooldown is the same as mine. I didn't know that. That's good to know.
The test of good manners is patience. The task at hand is the only one that matters. The harsh memory of one's past does not soften the edge. Patience is an virtue. It is unworthy. They pay you to find problems and then dispose of them. I only need time.
Team at rush before Sheen. definitely in lanes like this where your ability to wave clear is directly influencing your ability not to get dove. I would say Tryndamere definitely, not Fiora.
Technology and I have a complicated relationship. I like patience. A professional is marked by precision. I am the trap. Precision is the only standard that matters. It's not lies that we cut, but the sharpness of the truth. Adapt or perish. Privilege must be preserved at all costs. Regret is what tempers the steel of our soul. The future favors the versatile. Waiting yields the most reward. Running will make no difference.
I'm actually thinking about I need like Ravenous or something, but probably just need Tabi. Kind of a shitty back actually, but I've got no idea where people are. Wow. It's really unfortunate. Like I was ready to TP, but
Patience is what separates good hunters from dead ones. Let me be clear. I will kill you.
Phantom Dancer.
A professional is marked by precision. Waiting yields the most reward. Complacency breeds death. I will wait for the heat. Power is worse than I will.
Damn it. Damn it. Oh fuck! What? Oh my god. Why is there 4 top? Why is there 5 top? Why?
I bargained my soul.
Do I just have to defend the fucking 3-0 Zaya now?
Regret is what tempers the steel of our soul.
Like, look at this!
The trick is to be clever and quick. The trick is to be clever and quick. Violence is a means to an end. Self-made women need to be more prevalent. There are 2 sides to every issue. My side and the old side.
Hey Jefferson Souza, thanks for the follow.
A sharp blade quickens the work.
I mean, I want to take this, but I also don't want to die.
Memory of one's past does not soften the rage. I bargained my soul for the produce of Piltover.
Wow, minions hate me.
Test of good manners and patience.
Ah, man, I don't like this. I don't want to 1v1 the Tryndamere, and I also don't want to...
An enemy has been slain. Double kill. Waiting is the most
Crap, that's not what I wanted to do.
what separates good hunters from dead ones. Enemy double kill.
Alright, well, whatever, I guess.
I find your skill lacking.
Tryndamere building.
A lady never dared with her hand. A professional not by precision. The luxury of mercy is one I cannot afford. Value yourself first, lest you become the right word
Damn it! I waited so long.
Rudeness must be eradicated. Destroyed a turret. Elegance never goes out of fashion. Patience is what separates good hunters from dead ones. Another step on the march of progress. A professional is not by decision. Which way is it? There are two paths to victory. March always
God damn it, I flashed fucking in place. Oh, this Tristana is just gonna carry us, I guess. Wow. Is this the CDR thing? Maximum 20 additional CDR at 30% crit strike chance.
only cowards run.
So he's got 30 CDR right there, and he's not running sorcery. So he's probably not building Black Cleaver. He might be building Ravenous. Whoops.
For the problems of Piltover, I am the solution. I am out of patience. Your future. Patience will separate good hunters from dead ones. You are me. Revolta has slain me. Patience isn't a virtue. It is the virtue. Patience isn't a virtue. It is the virtue. Sometimes ambitions must be restrained. The test of good manners is patience. Opportunity rewards those who win.
Alright, let's take some jungle camps.
A maiden of the dead. Order exists for the few. It's not lies that cut, but the sharpness of the truth.
That interrupted my R.
The world is not black or white, but a delicious shade of green.
Whoops.
The test of good manners is patience. Patience is what separates good hunters from dead ones. Fear sharpens every blade. Outside, a lady never dared to try. I ensure the survival of the
There we go. I can't help but feel carried by my team, however. But I didn't lose the 1v1 to Tryndamere. That's the important part.